Curating home decor is one of my favorite things to do, and I am so excited to share a beautiful haul with all of you. It's a beautiful fall inspired haul. Now this isn't anything that has to do with seasonal decorations. This is entirely home decor. It's just that it has a little bit of a flavor of fall, the fall tones, pretty rich, deep colors, and I just cannot believe some of the finds. Now, some of this may not be to everyone's taste. I get that. I am very much curating my home to be kind of a blend of rustic meets kind of elegance, all wrapped up in a French country bow. And so a lot of this has a very rustic feel. I did find some very, very unique and very pretty modern style pieces that I also want to share with you all. And if you're new here, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to the Dower Diaries. Corey and I are so grateful that you've joined us today on our channel. Now, I have a huge haul. I mean, I have a lot, from places like Zara all the way to Walmart. So some of the things are going to be a little bit more higher end, a little bit higher price point, all the way to a very reasonable and inexpensive type decor. But they do have a very high-end look. So I'm so excited to share this, and let's just jump right into it. This first item I want to share is from Zara Home, and it is the most expensive item I'm going to be sharing with you all today. And this thing is a monster. I'm going to try to lift it here, but I cannot tell you how much I love this vessel. Now, it is not an antique or vintage vessel. It is made to look like one. It's actually a ceramic vase, and I love the rich tone in this. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. I'm trying to buy bigger vessels just because I like that oversized look and feel to add in with all my other vessels. And this piece from Zara Home just, I don't know, it spoke to me. It said, you need me, and I absolutely adore everything about it. There's something coming up later that will blend with this really well, and I can't wait to share that with you too. But I think this is so beautiful and really does fit that whole rustic vibe, and I love it. This next item is actually kind of a funny story. So I saw this particular vessel online at Zara Home, and it's a terracotta pot, and I thought, oh my gosh, I just love the look of it, the little squatty look of it, and the color and the texture, and I thought that would be really pretty for holding things in the kitchen like garlic. I thought putting the bulbs in there would just look so pretty, so I ordered it, but I didn't realize the size that I was looking at, or what I thought I was looking at, was out of stock at the time, and so I ended up with this. Now, let me tell you, when I opened it and pulled it out, and I thought, are you kidding me? What do I do with this? And I was a little disappointed. I was thinking, I don't even know what I would do with this. And then it dawned on me, and I absolutely love it now. And I'll show you the sister pot here in just a second, because I did pick up the other one. It came back in stock. But I thought just adding this to a pretty vignette with a beautiful candle and just putting some matches in it. And I'm gonna add a little striker here at the bottom, so that way I can go ahead and strike, the matches and light candles with it. But I thought it was just so pretty. And then here is the sister pot, the one that I thought that I was getting the first go around. So you can see the size difference. I mean, this isn't, anything huge either, but this was the size that I thought. I thought this would be perfect for our garlic next to the stove. And anyway, so like I said, when I got this, I thought, what the heck am I gonna do with that? But when I went back online, they had this one now available, and so sometimes you have to be careful shopping online, that you really are paying attention to the dimensions of things before you click add to cart. This next item from Zara Home is actually something that I found that they had on sale. And I've been looking for some really pretty pots to put some plants in. We've been propagating some plants and I want to add one to the fireplace mantle. And so I thought I needed something that fit that brown kind of tones that I'm going for. And this just was beautiful and it was a really, really good price point. The next item I want to share with all of you is this beautiful marble decorative tray that I found online at Zara Home. And this is the smaller size. It comes in 2 different sizes, but what I loved about it was this kind of irregular shape that it has. It's just so pretty. It's those warmer tones again that I'm trying to bring into our home. And I just thought it was so pretty, just something that I could either add to a book in a vignette or on the coffee tables as a standalone with maybe a candle or some other decorative objects on it. I think it's so pretty and it just adds another texture to your home. The last items I want to share with you from Zara Home are these iron candle stick taper holders. They are absolutely they're beautiful. They're rustic. They look like they've been sitting out in the weather. They look aged, and they do have the little center post inside there that actually is meant to hold a real candle, so you wouldn't be able to use battery operated candles with these. You'd have to actually use a real candle because of that little post in there, but it does keep your candles secure and snug and straight. So anyway, this is the larger size. They do come sold separately. They're not as a set. I love supporting small businesses and especially women-owned small businesses. And this next item I found on the website, Vintage Barn Chicks. And let me say, their customer service, they are a wonderful store. I will leave their information in the description, their address and everything, just in case you happen to be living in the same area that they have a shop. And so I'll leave all their information down below. And also I'll be putting up QR codes that, if I can, for each website. It won't be to link to a specific item because that would be a lot of QR codes, but if I can put up a QR code for each website, I'll do that here on the screen. So if you're watching on TV, you can just take your phone and point it at the QR code and it'll bring up the website for you. So I'll be doing that periodically as I go through each one of the stores or online stores that I've shopped at. But this next item actually goes with that huge pot I just bought from Zara Home. I saw this and I thought, oh my goodness, it is the exact same colors. It has this exact same texture. In fact, if I didn't know better, I would say it's made and manufactured by the same, company. But again, this is not, it's vintage inspired. It's not a real vintage pot, but I just loved the handles and I thought it would look so pretty with that larger pot, styling them together, or even just using it as a standalone vase by itself. It is just something so pretty. And I loved the 2 handles on it. I just thought it was something that just, would add texture and color to our home. And so I'm so excited that I found it. This next item I want to share with all of you actually comes from Etsy, and I will leave the actual store information down below for you all. Now, this is an item that I've had on a wish list for a very long time. Not this particular one, but just the item itself. And it's something that I always end up talking myself out of. This time I finally said, no, I'm gonna get it. I'm doing it. And there was only 2 left, I believe, at this particular Etsy shop. But this one is a marble bowl. It's an actual vintage, distressed, rustic marble bowl. And I loved the color of this one. That, like I said, she only had 2 left to choose from. And this one in particular just had some rust colors in it, and it's all chippy and aged, like it's been through something. And I've been wanting one of these for so long. I just think they are such a beautiful staple piece to own if you like that rustic look. And you know, you can put them on a coffee table, you can add a candle to the center. I've seen a lot of people doing that candle stand now with the wicks. You could do that in this as well. And I do have another vessel that I'll be showing you later that I have plans to do that with. But this is just, I don't know, there's just something about these marble bowls that I just feel like you need to own at least one of them if this is your style. But like I said, it's so pretty, and I'm so thrilled that I bought it. The next items I want to share with all of you are from Magnolia Home, and this next item in particular is probably one of my favorite items of the entire haul. When I saw this particular item, I knew it had to be mine. I immediately added it to cart. It is just so pretty, so unique. It is this gorgeous vase. It's called the Meredith vase. And just look at how pretty this shape, the color. Again, this green is something that I have been really trying to incorporate into our home more. I just think it is so pretty, and it is just such a unique vase. Again, this is the Meredith. Now again, this is one of those pieces that is a little bit more on the modern side, which I like to add in with all the other rustic elements that I use. There's just a really pretty juxtaposition between having something really rustic and then having something a little bit more elegant, a little bit more modern. Now, a haul would not be complete without some woven textures, and when I spotted this on the Magnolia website, I thought, oh my goodness, I need to snag this. It is so pretty. It's got that scalloped feature that's been very popular here lately, but it's kind of in a different take. It's very rectangular, so it's got pointed edge, and I don't know, there's just something about the shape of this. Now this is the smaller one. It does come in one larger size, but I just thought this size was perfect, especially for styling on an entry table as a catch-all, or again on some coffee table books. It would look lovely in a bathroom with some toiletries, or, you know, really honestly, baskets, you can use them anywhere. I love them. You could use this in a kitchen too, to tuck in spices or things like that, and or even hold some pretty little dish towels. If you want to display some pretty little dish towels, you could fold them up really pretty and put them in this. But I loved it. I thought it was such a pretty little shape. The next item I want to share with all of you is this thistle bush that I found on Magnolia Home, and I just loved the color of it. It is labeled brown, but I will tell you this, after seeing it in person, it is not brown. It has a purple undertone to it, so it's more of a burgundy, but it's a really pretty burgundy. It's definitely brown, but with a purple undertone. And I love this rich color. I will probably be using this for my upcoming fall decorating, but like I said, again, this is something that I've been trying to incorporate more into our home. This next item I want to share is from HomeGoods. I was there recently, and I cannot tell you, sometimes there's things at HomeGoods that just take my breath away, and especially at the price point. So when I saw this tray, I knew that I had to have it. I have been eyeing some much more expensive trays on like McGee & Co website, and there was some other places too. I want to say Amber Lewis might have had some. They're the oval trays. They have a reminiscent, you know, look to it like this, but what I loved about this one was the rich dark color on this tray. And then it had this wooden detail on the inside of it that I just think added something to the whole tray itself. This thing is just gorgeous. I mean, I can't even express how pretty this tray is. And it's huge. It's so large. I want to say it was $29. Yes, $29.99 for this. And I mean, this is so big, so big. And I know that I'm gonna get a ton of use out of this tray. I can already, well, I did style it in a video. I think it was I think it was our thrift video. I had it styled up. And so anyway, I think that this is something that I'm gonna get so much use out of. The next items I want to share with all of you are from Amazon, and this first one is again something that's a little bit more on the modern side. It's actually kind of it's really got a good blend of both rustic and modern, and it's this sweet little vase that I found. It has a very textured look to the glaze, so it has that kind of a rustic look to it, but then the actual vase shape and style is a little bit more on the modern side, and I just thought it was so pretty. And what I envisioned this for, it is on the smaller side, but what I envisioned doing or using this for is in a shelving unit with some coffee table books underneath and styling it on top of some books. And just to add that, again, something a little bit different, something a little bit unique. And I just thought this was so pretty. I loved the look of it. This next item that I'm going to share is something that I have added to cart, removed from cart, added to cart, removed from cart. I mean, I can't even tell you how many months I have been putting it in my cart and taking it back out again. But I finally just said, you want this? Buy it. And it's this gorgeous little teacup and saucer set. I did end up picking up 2 of them because I just thought it would be fun to have 2 in case, you know, you have a friend over and you want to share some tea with them. But what I love, I love drinking coffee in the morning, and I have a ton of beautiful pottery coffee mugs, but I don't have anything pretty like this to drink my tea out of. And this time of year, I like to drink, well, for fall, I like to drink flavored teas, especially those that have the, you know, pumpkin spice kind of flavors to them. And there's something special about drinking tea out of a cup and saucer. And so I did pick this up. I just think it's so pretty. I loved the color. It's those warmer tones again. And there's just something so feminine and so pretty about this. So I did pick up 2 of these and I love them. I think I will style them in my hutch coming up for the fall season. The next item I want to share is actually the set of stems that I found on Amazon. Again, this is that beautiful green color that I have just been adoring this year. I have been bringing it throughout my home this entire year, and I love it. There's something about this green that it just brings me so much joy. And when I saw these, I knew I needed them. I had them in my cart and I kind of sat on them for a few days. They sold out, and then I was devastated because I thought, oh no, I should have just bought them, you know? But they did come back in stock. So hopefully they'll be in stock if you all love these, because I think they're just beautiful. They're a little bit pricier for Amazon stems. I want to say they were around the $30 price point, somewhere around there. But you do get 8 stems, and they're that pretty cone hydrangea. And again, they're that really pretty green color. And I think they're very realistic looking. So I'm very happy with this purchase. I think they're absolutely just beautiful. And I know I'll be getting a lot of use out of these, you know, again, no matter what time of year it is. So I just thought I would pick these up, and I love them. The next items I want to share are from Hobby Lobby, and these first items, they're sold separately, but I bought them together because they work together. But I found them in their clearance aisle, and it's these pretty little jugs. I got these this one was reduced to $7.49, and this one was $9.99. This was originally marked for $39, and this one was originally marked for $29. So I thought I got a pretty good deal. Now, I know that those original pricing were probably 50% off at one point, but again, that's another 50% off since it was on the clearance. But what I loved, now they are gray, and I do love adding the gray tones in with the warmer tones. I think that's just such a really pretty way to add contrast using a cooler tone with a warmer tone. So I haven't quite decided. When I first bought these, what I thought I would do is do a DIY on them and make them a different color, probably more in the creamy, taupey brown color with some brown aging to them. That's the direction I think I'm going. And they have this beautiful texture on them already, so I wouldn't even have to do anything as far as texture because they're gorgeous the way they are. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments, do you think I should DIY these, or do you think I should leave them the way they are? I might try styling with them first and see if I like them this color. Yeah, I don't know. But let me know. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should just go ahead and DIY them and make them more of a neutral, I mean, they are neutral, but more of a creamy white, like I said, taupe color? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because I do really like them. But anyway, I did pick these up recently on their clearance section. I love going to the clearance section because sometimes you can find some really great things that maybe they've just had stashed somewhere and it just didn't sell for whatever reason. And I just thought that these would be so pretty styled together. And so, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do with these. One of the things that I love to go to Hobby Lobby for, other than stems, is to look for things that are very reminiscent of the high-end retailers, items that have that high-end look for much, much less. I try to stay away from trendy things that a lot of people are picking up, and not because they're not good, but just because I want my home to be curated in a way that is unique to me, and so I tend to shy away from trendy items. But when I was going down the aisles, I spotted this. Now this is resin. It is made to look like wood. It's got like wood graining. I think that's what they're trying to, make it look like it's made of wood. But it has this unique, very modern shape to it. And honestly, I like picking these types of things up at Hobby Lobby because it set me back $10.99. Now, I want to start infusing more modern elements. I don't want to go crazy. I just, again, want to add those unique little touches, things that people will kind of look at and go, ooh, that's interesting. So I picked this up because I thought I'm gonna try styling with it. And if I end up not liking it, then I haven't, broke the bank by buying it. Again, it was $10.99, and I just think it's really pretty and really unique. This last item I want to share from Hobby Lobby is, again, another one of those items that it looks like something that I've seen on the high-end websites. They have a lot of these concrete little bowls, I guess you would call them. A lot of people use them for candle holders and just decorative objects. And they've kind of been on my radar, but I've just not really been sure if I really want to invest because they're very, very pricey. And I just don't know if I would like them in my home. So when I was at Hobby Lobby the other day, I was in their vase section, planter section, and I saw this little planter. And I thought, you know, it has that similar look. I think this is more maybe reminiscent of like a volcanic rock maybe than like cement stone, but I loved the look of it. I thought it was really pretty, and it has this really unique shape to it. It's a little bit more organic, and it does have a hole in the in it because it is a planter, but I paid $6.49, which is a far cry from the $100+ that those other vessels are going for on those designer websites. And I thought, you know, if I end up deciding that this is not me, this is not for me or my home, then I won't feel so bad about donating something that only set me back $6.50 versus $100. And I love that look that everyone's been doing. Here I say I don't like to do trends, but every once in a while a trend sparks my interest. But that candle sand I thought would be really, really fun in this with those wicks. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try, and I'll have to obviously plug up the hole so that the candle sand doesn't go running out of it. But anyway, I just thought that this was something unique, organic. Again, this is probably not for any, you know, for everyone. Some of you may be thinking, oh no, I would not put that in my home, and you know, that's okay. But like I said, I don't know why, but every time I would see them on a website, those you know, those vessels, I would just think to myself, I like those for some reason. I like that organic texture. So I thought I would give this a try. Like I said, I would much rather spend the $6.50 than $100 and decide that I don't like it. So I did pick this up recently. So the last few items I have to share is from Walmart. First off is Better Homes and Garden candles. This one is cashmere teak, and it has cashmere, leather, rose, red cedar, teak, and moss scents. So do you see how pretty that is? That pretty rich brown? And I love it. And then I picked up this really pretty green color, and this one is, and this green matches my Meredith vase that I just bought from Magnolia. So I'm very thrilled with that. But this is Coastal Cove is the fragrance, and it's citrus, mango, papaya, cedar, driftwood, and vanilla. And of the two scents, this one is my favorite. It's so clean and just, I don't know, it's really, really lovely scent. The last items I want to share from this massive haul are these beautiful glass candle holders, taper holders from Walmart. Now, these are a pretty good dupe for some Pottery Barn candles that they're selling, I believe, currently. Now, I believe the Pottery Barn candles are actual candles that are inside the vessel. I mean, they're like poured in the vessel, where these are holders. But they have that same look where the candle looks like they're kind of floating inside this glass vessel. And so when I saw these at Walmart for, I think they were, I want to say $11 for the bigger one, and maybe $7. I'm not sure. I'll leave the pricing up if I can remember. If I can find them, I'll leave the pricing up. But I loved the look of these. I thought they had kind of a modern look, again, a little bit more of a modern, cleaner line to them. And I thought they would be really pretty, styled in numerous vignettes. So I did pick these up from Walmart. Well, that does it for my massive fall-inspired decor haul. And let me just say, I love these pieces that I found. I think this is probably one of my best or my favorite hauls yet. I just love all the colors, all the textures, and I'm just looking forward to styling with all of these more. I hope I've inspired you. You know, even if you're not in or looking for home decor right now, but I hope I've inspired you. Maybe you can look at some of the pieces that you currently own in a different way. I hope I've inspired you to maybe think outside the box and bring in something that might be a little bit different or a little bit offbeat from what you currently have styled. Those unique pieces really do just kind of change the look in a room. So I've enjoyed being here with you. I hope you've enjoyed being here with me. I have some upcoming early fall decorating. I have a video coming out next week, so I'm so excited. I'm going to be using some of these pieces in my early fall decorating. And we also have a fall DIY coming up. I am so looking forward to the DIY video because I haven't really decorated for Halloween much in the last couple years. I don't like scary Halloween in my home. I like more whimsical, kind of earthy things that have to do with Halloween. And I have some fun DIY projects to share with all of you. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button because you won't want to miss our upcoming videos. I want to tell you all, thank you so much for stopping in and visiting with me. I appreciate you all so very much, and I look forward to spending more time with you next week. Until then, I hope you all have a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye for now.